I enjoy motherhood. I enjoy motherhood because I am a mom of one. I am a one and done mom. My grandma told me very early on to only have the amount of children that I could take care of by myself, married or not. Men can decide that they want to pick up and they no longer want to be responsible for that child, and they can leave, and it's going to be acceptable in society. And as the mom, you are going to be the one left carrying the load. So decide very early on what you are capable of, because it's always mama's baby, daddy's baby. So that responsibility is going to fall on you. So when I got pregnant with my son and I had my son going through what I went through, I knew I was only going to have him. Like, that was going to be it for me. And I think moms of one, we have an interesting dynamic, because a lot of times on this app, you'll see moms of multiples where, some of them seem like they're enjoying motherhood, but a vast majority of them are on the app talking about how much they hate being a mom, and they wish someone would have told them before they got so deep involved. And then on the other hand, you have the women on the app who are child free and are enjoying their lives. And then you have us, the moms of one. And I'm going to say it for us. Being a mom of one is top tier. We're top tier. And this is no tea, no shade to nobody else and what they choose to do. But all the time we see on this app, moms speaking about how much they hate motherhood. And I can say probably most of the moms who have one really, really, really enjoy motherhood. And they enjoy it because they stopped at one. So welcome to the Why I'm One and Done series. So if you're someone who's on the fence and you've been trying to figure out whether or not you want to have kids, one is like the perfect balance. And throughout this series, I'm going to give you reasons why I chose to be a mom of one and done.
So, the popular conversation that is happening on social media on a lot of these different sites is women a lot of times hating being a stay-at-home mother because I'm broke and I don't have any money and I don't have no freedom. Or, I got all of these kids and I hate being a mother right now, or I'm going through postpartum. And then the other side of the conversation is, and on that same wavelength, there are a lot of women that are also saying, "Oh, you should have a lot of kids. I love being a mother. I love being a stay-at-home mother, or whatever." So it's both sides of the coin on that front. The other side of the conversation is women that are basically saying, I'm never having kids. I don't understand why women have kids. There's a lot of kids that's not being taken care of, or people are being irresponsible with having kids. And then you have this woman that's saying, only having one. Carrie, what are your thoughts towards the different conversations that's being had online about the debates of whether you should have kids, whether you shouldn't have kids, what is the perfect amount to have, so on and so forth? What are your thoughts on that?
Um, I think that you definitely should have an idea of what you think you can, I guess, handle. Not as a single mom, but um, see, it's hard. I knew I wanted to have somewhere between 2 to 4 kids because I was one of three siblings. So I liked having sisters. So in my mind, I always wanted my kid to have other siblings.
Mm-hmm.
And I picked up to four because I liked the idea. Since it was three of us, it was like nobody had like a partner and a partner. So that's why I was like, maybe I'll have four. And I didn't have brothers. So I figure if I could have four kids, I have a higher chance of having boys and girls. So
Mm-hmm.
like my numbers were based off of how I grew up. Then I know people who were single were only children who were like, I didn't have any friends. I want to make sure that my kid has friends, or it's like, nah, I was good, so I just want one kid. So I think that it is important to kind of like know what you want, but not for the reason that her grandmother said. Like, I think that that's horrible to set that precedent. Like, pick how many you can handle on your own. She should have spent more time with like how you pick a man, so you don't have to worry about that. But um, I mean, I get what she's saying, because I'm sure that sometimes, I'm sure having one child is much more easy, is easier than having multiple kids. So if you really just want to like get your kid situation out the way, then either have them young, or yeah, have one, and then you don't have to worry about it. But I wouldn't call her, I mean, what she say, we're top tier and all. I mean, I just think that that's like a to each his own type of a thing.
Got it.
Um yeah.
I'm gonna
So
switch it up. I'm gonna go girl guy, girl guy. Q Diddy. What is the ideal amount of kids that people should have, in your opinion?
Bare minimum two. Cause like I see Ava and Ava's like bored out of her mind by herself.
Mm.
She always want to go somewhere. She just be bored laying in her bed, and I think
So you
two.
saying two so that they'll have somebody to.
Yeah, I think one is like if you just want to be, is probably selfish on the parents,
Mm.
and they don't really take the kids anything into account when they have one kid. Maybe I can pour more into you type shit, but that's about as good as it get. But I would just say, looking at Ava, I would, if I could do it all over again, I'd give her a sibling.
Got you. Molly, what do you think about the conversations that's being communicated online from women as far as the debates of whether you should have children or you shouldn't have children, all of that type of stuff? What do you think about that?
I think women should have as many children as they have time and money for.
Mm,
So if you only have enough time and money for one, have one. If you have enough time and money for multiple, do that. I think a lot of these women are crying because they either don't have the man around, or maybe he's not helpful. Um, but and then what she said at the beginning is extremely, I think it's destructive, and I hear a lot of black women talk like that. Basically, how they kind of already count the man out, like he might not even play a part in it, so don't even expect him to put your life around. Like he's not even in the picture. And I think that's why so many single black mothers, because we don't even, we're counting them out before we give them a chance, kind of.
mhm.
So I don't know. I think I hear a lot of women lately say that they wish they had more, or like women I know that have their tubes tied kind of in a regretful place. So I think it depends on the woman, but
I got you.
if you can't afford a lot, don't have them.
Slimmy,
Um,
I know Slimmy got a completely different. Is Slimmy is my wild card now.
well, the first thing I want to say is like stop competing with people. Like she was making it like a competition. Oh, so having one kid is top tier. And don't nobody care about that shit. Like how many kids you got is what does that have to do with motherhood? How many kids you have? No, it's about how good of a mom you are. I would say don't have more kids than you can give a better life to than what you had. If you can't give your kids a better life than what you had, all of them, then you need to stop. I ultimately want to say, who can you give a family life to? Because just being motherhood ain't it. It's about having a family.
Hmm.
So like if you only trying to deep dive into motherhood, then fuck it. Don't have no kids.
Mm,
Don't have none. If you
Yeah.
can't give them a family life, shit, stop
Yeah.
fucking. Stop fucking. Because
Cause it's,
it's
oh,
getting
sorry.
it's it's just getting out of hand. Go ahead, Molly. I ain't really have
Oh
nothing.
no, yeah, I was just agreeing with you because like there are some women that have one kid but absolutely no time for that kid, and everybody else is raising them. So I don't think one kid makes you a prize at all.
Yeah, I just think we gotta stop. competing with each other and everything. All this shit ain't a competition when it comes to family life. That shit is definitely not a competition. That shit is about being the best person you can be for your family, whether you the father, the mother, or the child themselves, or the grandparents, whoever you are. Be the best person you could be for the family. And if you can't give them a family life, stop fucking. Stop. Like that shit, this
Good
shit is
luck.
What do
embarrassing.
you mean by a family life? What does that mean?
A mom, a father, a mom, and children.
So not a broken household.
Not a broken household at all. So they was talking about motherhood. They didn't mention anything about a father. So
Because
we
they
we
writing them off
we
already.
already we already yeah.
Fair point. That is a fair
Didn't you
point.
just say that? Didn't you just say that? Yeah. So like we already going down the wrong path. We already starting off wrong because you need a father. You need a father in the household, man. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You
I
need one. It's just like you need a mom.
100%. I agree.
So all this shit about having one kid is top tier and being a mom and no, man, it's about having a fucking family. You can't provide a family lifestyle that was better than the one you had. Stop, man. Because the
So
shit.
you don't think that women should be proactively prepared just in case a man was to leave Slimmy,
No,
that she has sufficient resources to be able to take care of that kid in case anything was to ever happen?
yeah, the proactive preparation is called abstinence.
No, 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 no. I mean, but okay, let's say she gets married and she winds up getting with, her husband or whatever. And then in the midst of that, somehow, some way, for whatever reason, they divorced or she widowed or whatever, right? You don't think that a woman should prepare herself financially, in a lot of instances, not every instance, but in a lot of instances, and make a decision to have children based off of whether or not she can take care of those children?
And that's what the father is going to be there for to help with. He that's part of his job. That's part of his job to make sure if something happens to him, the family is going to be sustainable without him. That's part of being the head of the household.
Gotcha.
So you gonna give her the game of what she should do. You should direct her on what she should do if you're not able to be there for whatever reason. You might have to leave the country for whatever reason. So you gotta always be a leader in that aspect, and that's part of leadership shit. When I'm not here, this is how shit should function.
Yeah.
And these are the resources you have if I'm not here. So
All right.
yeah, that just goes back to having a family life. Even preparing for a family member to be missing.
Mm. Well, I think everybody pretty much know my stance on this because I've answered this before, and that I was okay personally with not having children at all. Absolutely okay with it. I was fine with it. And, I wound up having one and I only had one. And then I went through a phase probably like 6 months ago, maybe less than that, where Carrie was giving me hell about
Kid, the surrogate.
and so, Carrie was like, nah, you can't do it. So I was like, I guess Carrie told me I can't do it. I guess I got to do it. I got to do it.
HR shut it down.
Yeah, always shutting down my dreams of being a pookie or something like that. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, always stopping me. So, but I'm cool with people not having kids. I just don't want people to have kids by a whole lot of different people. Um,
Man,
that's not being taken care of. I think that that's the irresponsible thing. So,
yeah, that shit gotta stop.
yeah. Sometimes dark thoughts take over a little bit, but
Hey, I saw something crazy when you said that just now about like having a whole bunch of kids with different people. I
yeah.
thought about something that I had seen over the last month or so, I see this woman. She keep popping up on these date naps.
Mhm.
Now I know her personally.
You on date nap, Slimmy?
Yeah, it's weird. I told y'all about that. I said it's weird. Nigga, they be having Transformers on there. I told y'all about that. They be having Transformers on there. Why you acting like that, Quentin? I told you this already. How did you keynote that?
I didn't know, bro.
This nigga funny, man.
That's new news to me, my nigga.
Oh, they do. That ain't new. Nah, bro. I've been said that because
Yeah, Slimmy, you can take my spot for the night, bro. You the MVP of the night, bro.
they got Transformers on there, man. I don't be fucking around.
You
But
the
anyway,
MVP of the night, Slimmy.
the woman, the woman I know, she got 6 kids, right? She on a date nap, but this shit don't say that she got kids. It don't say she have kids on there, man.
Oh, but you know she does because you know her.
Yeah. And so when he said that, I was just like, yo, that just made me think of that shit. I'm like, that's kind of wild. That's like, what is that?
You know what's so funny? I guess with me being married as long as I have, I don't even know what a date nap look like.
Oh yeah, you don't want to know.
It's just crazy to think that they've been around for as long as they've been around. Shit, I look at Instagram as a date nap, to be honest with you.
That shit, that's what they look like.
I look at Instagram
Real.
as a straight up date nap. I don't even look at it as anything other than that, really, honestly. So it's pretty crazy. Anyways,
Hey, they asking me why I be on date. I done got so many clients off day naps. What you mean?
clients?
Yeah, people need
Clients,
pictures.
what's your business?
Oh yeah. You
People
do
need
do
pictures
photography.
for them day
Oh,
naps.
shoot.
Yeah, you do
Okay.
photography. That is true. And he be dope too. That's why you got that wagon air folder.